I'm joined right now on the air live by the one and only Chris Garcia. Chris, thank you so much.
Hello. What's going on?
Hey, man, thanks for coming on.
Oh, man, I was nice and early. I was excited about this.
I'll tell you what, Chris is like a famous person. I'm going to be completely honest with you. You can find him on his Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.
Yeah, ChristericalG. Check me out. We got some good comedy, some good stuff on there. I think you guys would appreciate it.
I'll be honest with you. He's got a lot of characters. And this is what happens with years and absolute years of grinding it out in baseball in the minor leagues. Eventually you break and you become a comedian, right?
Absolutely. That's usually the path. You know, usually go from sports to frisbee trick shots. You know, that's usually the path you go down right after sports. Then, you know, you take the music road, you record a couple of songs, and then you just, you know, become a comedian.
And the reason why I wanted to have Chris on the show is because he's been blowing up as of recently. His Instagram, you know, he's one of these guys that are now social media personalities. But this guy here is doing it right, and you can look him up, and he's being, you know, reposted by all of these various platforms, and they're getting like 100,000 views on his videos.
Yeah, out of nowhere, literally out of nowhere. I started just, you know, recording stupid stuff for my friends, and then took it a little more serious, made some personal pages just for the comedy, and then, you know, the page is only 10 weeks old. The page is 10 weeks old, and a couple of the videos got over 100,000 views, and it's happening quicker than I
thought it would. Watching your baby go from walking to running. What do you think the experience was about our green room that you were in?
Oh my God. Well, first of all, the green room, let me paint a picture for you guys. The green room, as soon as you walk into the building, you're in the green room, right? It's like a vestibule, and then there's another door that leads to the bathroom, of course. Then the door right next to that one is going to a party or what is that, a benefit that's going on right now? People are just literally walking in one after the other. And I guess somebody showed me a pass, like I guess I look like a bouncer. And then I got, you know, a light bulb went off and I had a good idea. You know what I should do? I should maybe charge people $5 to enter this party.
It's not cheap to live in New York City.
I made about $225 in the green room, and I'll split that with you right before I leave.
There's a lot of people here, and I think we need to capitalize one way or another. That if you don't pay no toll, then we don't get no rolls. And then we've got Nikki Balls, that mongoloid of a human being that just walked in. And then couple that with the 9-foot-tall basketball coach. It's a strange...
Yeah, he almost stepped on me when he walked in here.
He's so big. I was like, oh, wow.
I was hoping I wasn't going to have to stay in here with him because I was, you know, I might get hit by an elbow or something.
Unbelievable. And I thought it was foolish when we ordered 3XL t-shirts. You know, thinking, we'll never get rid of these.
I'm not even sure if a 3XL is going to fit that, man.
I know. It's so crazy. Chris, I understand that you were a baseball player. Born in Brooklyn, I understand, and then grew up out here in Staten Island.
Yes, I lived in Brooklyn until I was about 20 years old, and I made the switch to Staten Island, but I played baseball for Xaverian High School. I actually went to FDR High School my freshman year, and then I made the transfer to Xaverian High School just for the sports and baseball program, and that's where it all happened. By my senior year, a pitching prospect, and then I was drafted in the 21st round to the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. Didn't sign with them. Went to 1 year at JUCO, junior college in Daytona Beach, Florida, and then I was drafted by the Seattle Mariners. So I was throwing it at my peak between 91 and 94 miles an hour. But then, obviously, with an injury, you start babying it, and I was pretty much only high 80s, which is breakfast for a lot of these professional hitters.
Well, but when you were in high school and you were coming out of high school ball and you're drafted, how fast were you throwing then?
In high school, I was throwing about 92 miles an hour.
Which is cheese, right? That's just straight cheddar.
Yeah, I remember worrying, I got to spot my curveball on the outside. I got to spot my changeup on the inside. Meanwhile, all I had to throw was a fastball. I didn't really need to do anything.
Did you ever throw like a no-hitter or anything?
I do have, and to this day, hold the only no-hitter ever thrown by a senior in Xaverian High School.
Ba-boom.
Ba-boom.
This is the kind of people that we get on this broadcast. I just want to say how bad the security is here. Chris, wave to the people outside the door.
Hey, guys.
Hi.
Yeah, the tall guy's distracting the shit out of me.
Which one? The guy that was in here?
Yeah, who's the tall guy right there? It's with the glasses.
Oh, I don't know.
Right.
He's frightening.
Can we remove him from the building?
Yeah. Hey, buddy, can you leave? You can actually see him on camera, ladies and gentlemen. He's the.
Do me a favor, throw a towel over his fucking head and get him out of here.
We can see him. He's over my head, and he's just wildly out of place.
I think he's taller than the basketball coach.
Very Snoopy. I hope you made a triple donation, sir. You're not allowed to land linger here. You pitched the only no-hitter or perfect game.
No hitter. You never know what kind of talent that might be in the back pocket that you just never got a chance to explore.
You know, you live here in New York City. You're a former professional athlete. Do you follow, the Yankees or the Mets?
I'm a New York fan. You can call me a front runner because when the Mets are winning, I'm rooting for the Mets. When the Yankees are winning, I'm rooting for the Yankees. But I'm just a diehard New York fan. I mean, I'm a sports fan in general, so I don't have a favorite team. I don't have a favorite player. I just love to watch sports. But I guess that's why I was taught as a young age not to really have an emotional connection with too much of something because you're always let down, you know?
Oh my God, you said it, brother.
You're not going to have a team that's going to win every year. There's always going to be upset. And then if you like a team that never wins, woo, you're really going to be upset.
I'm not saying, but have you done any bits on Instagram sports related, or?
Yeah, I do I like to do a sports announcer. I did a bit where Bane becomes the head coach of the New York Giants.
Oh.
And he decapitates Pat Shermer.
Of course.
You might like that one.
So you do a Bane voice?
Yeah, I do Bane. So you think darkness is your ally? You merely adopted the dark. I was molded by it. Well, by the time I saw the light, I was already a man, and by that time, it was blinding.
That is wildly impressive. We're going to spend a little bit more time with Christerical and talk just a little bit more about some of his recent successes in social media. And really the game changer is social media entertainment. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that. If there's any minor league ball players out there that are 0 for their last 900, take a little note out of this kid's book. Back after this. This is NCSS. We're talking right now with Chris Garcia, a.k.a. ChristericalG on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
Subscribe to my YouTube page.
Subscribe to his YouTube page. This man is absolutely hysterical. We only bring on the best and the brightest in terms of stars, and this is a big one here tonight. Chris, I know you started out as an athlete. You know, now you're a comedian. How did you make the jump from athletics to comedy?
Well, the transition for me was pretty easy, being that I was a clown my whole life.
Sure.
So all I had to do was hit record and just pretty much film myself, and whatever came out was pretty much comedy. But how it happened was, after baseball, there was something I had to do with my life as far as making money and a job and taking my life seriously.
Sure.
So took on a trade, plumbing. I've been doing plumbing for the last 12 years. So, I would always do characters and voices and accents. Even as a 10, 9-year-old, I was doing a Russian accent, an Australian accent, an Italian accent. This transitioned into my job where I'd be doing service calls as a Russian guy. And he would introduce me to the customers as Eugene. So I'm in there walking, you'll need your sink changed. I put this like this. And I'll solder this back on for you. And I'll snake this for you if you need this. So I would do that for so long that the guys that I work with and my boss would have to leave because they didn't want to laugh in front of the customer. And there I am now stuck with the customer explaining what parts of Russia I did plumbing in.
That's tough. So we're going to be having Chris on our show in the future because not only is he a fantastic comedian, but he's a great personality and he does pay attention to a lot of sports. But just Chris, one more time, tell everybody your Instagram. Let everybody know where they can find you.
ChristericalG. It's the same across all boards. You could check out my YouTube page, subscribe. Check out the Instagram. I have a Twitter page, a Facebook. Check out the videos, man. There's some good stuff up there. It's cry funny. You should check it out.
The guy is as hysterical as he is charming. Ladies, he is married. Sorry to break your heart.
Sorry about that.
And his career in comedy is growing faster than his baby at home, which is at a rapid clip.
Yes.
So we thank you incredibly much for coming on this show. We hope to have you back on in the future.
Oh, absolutely. I'd love to.
Once again, Chris, thank you so much.
Oh, anytime.
This is Nobody Cares Sports Show. I'm your host, Danny Shanad, and when we come back,